Gabbitt Media.
This video looks at representation, an important aspect of media studies and looking at how the media influences the audience. Now, representation is the description or portrayal of someone or something in a particular way. When studying representation, we usually look at whether a representation is fair or unfair. As an example, let's look at the representation of women within advertising.
Wow, I feel good. I knew that I wouldn't. I feel good.
However you clean, Ecover use plant-based ingredients in our gentle but effective range.
So good.
So naturally, we care for your home and your family, and will do for generations to come. So you really can feel good cleaning.
Now, this advert in itself isn't an unfair representation of women, but it does show women as the main influence in running the household. However, if we only see women in advertising as housewives, then that's an unfair representation of women, because women hold other roles within society. As you can see, there are many adverts out there that suggest a woman's main role is at home. So it could be argued that advertising unfairly represents a woman's role within society. Now, this brings us to the idea of stereotypes, a key word when studying representation. Now, stereotypes are a widely held but fixed and oversimplified image or idea of a particular type of person or thing. The media uses stereotypes to create a quick image in our minds. Now, if I tell you to think of a typical English builder, you might think of a middle-aged, overweight, crude person that reads the Sun newspaper and drinks a lot of tea. There are many builders out there who do not fit those particular character traits, so that's an unfair representation. However, these stereotypes are very good for the media to quickly put an image in your mind of a certain character, particularly in advertising, where you only have a few seconds to get your point across. The problem is, if these stereotypes are overused, then the audience can start to see them as real character traits, and then attach them to that group of people that the stereotype is describing. Now, let's think what impact unfair representation might have. On average, we spend 4 hours a day watching television. That's 1,460 hours per year. Considering secondary school children are educated for 714 hours a year, it's double the amount of time watching the television than in a classroom. Now, some people have very convincingly argued that television affects the way we think and understand life. So if audiences are exposed to unfair representations of certain groups, that may cross over into the way they feel about them in real life. Let's look at another brief example of what can be seen as unfair representation. Many popular action films often involve what's known as the black sidekick, there to support the main lead role with witty comments. This is a continued representation of black males within cinema, and labels them as the comedian. This is an unfair representation of black males. Another teen movie sums this up very well.
Hey, Malik, will you hold these books here for a minute?
Sure, why not? I am the token black guy. I'm just supposed to smile, stay out of the conversation, and say things like, damn, shit, and that is whack.
What are you doing here? What do you mean?
Well, I'm supposed to be the only black guy at this party.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I know. It's whack.
Hey, man, my bad, man. No doubt. Why don't you take this, man?
Thanks.
All right? Do your thing?
Hey.
Yeah. Peace out, brother.
Hey, honest mistake.
Just swear about it.
Right?
Now, obviously this isn't always the case, but the more you see something, the more the media pushes a certain representation, the more it might affect the audience. Now, representation isn't only limited to people. You can look at the representation of events or places. In the next few episodes, we'll be looking into those different aspects of representation. And we'll also look at how to study texts to analyse whether a representation is fair or unfair. Thanks for watching.